Happy New Year, team. I got like 3 text messages, and then somebody called me. I bet you they're all saying the same thing. They can't hear me. Okay, teammates, how y'all doing? Should I start over? Yeah, let's just start over. Why not? Why not start over? Okay. Hey, y'all. Okay. Now, one more time. The internet has been on fire since last we spoke in 2025. We're unpacking some of the mess on tonight's show. And then I've got huge news. Huge news. It is Hot Topics and Private Parties tonight on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. The show starts right now. What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG. It is Monday, so it's time for a new episode of Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. It's still our short, bullshit-free step out of our comfort zone to talk about the emotional ups and downs along our journey to happiness. Hopefully, this is your reminder of how dope it is to be black gay men and love black gay men. If you're watching the replay and want to skip to the main story, timestamps and chapters are in the description after we finish. I have missed y'all. I have missed y'all so much. I see that the chat is on and popping. First we had no sound. And then let me just tell y'all. So I had a lazy day with my man today. Shout out to my man. He is in the chat. He might not be in the chat, but he is watching. Shout out to him. I had a lazy day with him, and it was amazing. Y'all ever had one of them days where you do nothing with your with somebody important? Y'all ever had one of them days? I had one of those. So we did absolutely nothing. He was watching this show called, I won't say what it's called because maybe I get a brand deal out of it. But he was watching this show. He was looking so fine in like his DBGM hoodie. I could just think about it. I think that is narcissism a little bit that he was wearing my brand, and that just turned me on a little bit. But we did nothing. And so what I realized is when you do nothing, nothing gets done. And so I was with him all day, and the next thing you know, I'm here at the studio behind schedule because ain't shit get done all day because I've been laid up with my nigga on. So here we are. My apologies for being late. But here we are. The show is good. The internet has damn near burned down since last time we talked to everybody. Let me see. Rolando is in the chat. Hey, Rolando. Kevin, all of my faves are in the chat. James Taylor 3022 says, "Man, I've been missing this. I've been missing y'all too. Happy New Year, teammates. Happy New Year." So I want to give y'all a little update about y'all favorite homegirl. So as of Saturday, January 10th, my significant other and I have celebrated 3 months official. I'm still not any closer to telling y'all who he is. Although, again, if you do a little sleuthing around my IG, you'll be able to find out who he is. It's pretty obvious to me and him. To me and him, it's pretty obvious, but apparently people don't know. We celebrated 3 months. We did our matching PJs pictures for Christmas. This is the first time I've ever had a matching PJ set. Me and somebody else wearing matching PJs on Christmas Day. We rang in Christmas together. I will also tell y'all that his birthday is in December, so we celebrated birthday and Christmas. One thing that I have learned in this Christmas season is, first, that keep those who you hold dear close, because I had a friend of mine who lost someone very, very close to him A friend of ours lost their mother recently, so keep the people that you love and cherish, keep them close, and remind them how important they are to you on as much as you can. The second thing that I learned is Dear Black Gay Men is therapy for me. This is therapy. Like, I actually go to therapy. Well, I mean, I have a therapist. I do virtual, but I go to therapy. But being able to get like things off of my head and out into the world so I can let them go, that is a big fucking deal. And I was like, I crashed out a couple of times without y'all. So shout out to y'all for holding me down. I hope my man understands and appreciates how essential y'all are to our life. Rolando asks, is he the Sagittarius or a Capricorn? He is a Sagittarius. I am a Earth sign. I'm a Virgo. Capricorn. Me and another Earth sign. I don't think we would be able to make it past a friendship. Although most of the closest people in my life are either Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. So that is the makeup of damn near my whole life. My mama's a Virgo, my brother's a Virgo, my best friend's a Virgo, his brother is a Virgo. He's got another Virgo as a brother. Uh my sister-in-law is a Taurus, earth sign. Uh Taurus is an earth sign, right? I think Taurus is an earth sign. My significant other is a Sag, my sister, my nephew, they're both Leo. So, yeah, whole bunch of fire signs in my life. Then Christmas was amazing. My family does not celebrate. We don't do big things for Christmas or Thanksgiving. We celebrate day one. So on January 1st every year, my family has the day one party, and it was a time. We brought together all of our day ones of family, friends, all the people that we count important. This year, unfortunately, my best friend was not able to attend, but he was there in spirit. He has a standing invitation. But my significant other did meet my family, my whole family, and they loved him. I hope he loves them. So it was a great holiday season. I will not spend the whole season of Dear Black Gay Men talking about my man, but just know this was my first Christmas in a long periodically time where I had somebody to share it with. So give me this episode to talk about my man, my man, my man. Dicking me down, spoiling me, driving me crazy. Let's see. Taurus is Earth sign. Yep. Thank you, Chris Pine. Appreciate that. All right, teammates, we got a whole lot of stuff to talk about today on the show. I will tell you that one of my favorite pastimes is getting into messy shit. I don't talk about mess a lot on the show because I try to make sure that this space is a space for Black gay men to be reminded about how dope it is to be us and love us. But today we got to get into some mess because we have my little remote ain't remoting like it's supposed to. Maybe I haven't changed the batteries in like a year and a half, so maybe I need some new batteries. But we have to talk about a lot of stuff. I had one show planned, but we have to catch up on everything that's happened since we left. Plus, I have a huge announcement. More on that later. Since we last spoke, Nicki Minaj has appeared on Turning Point USA. She was interviewed by Erica Kirk. I don't want to dwell too much on the Nicki Minaj movement, but I do feel like we need to talk about it because there have been some barbs in the chat. How long have y'all been out of the Barbie dumb? How long have we been since we let go of Nicki? Because the one thing that her Turning Point USA appearance has showed me is that the girl's been going off the deep end for a long periodically time. Am I the drama? Panthro says, I've been a whore with all the visitors in my area. What state are you in, Panthro? Chris Pine says, Nicki is dead to me. Rolando said, oh shit. We getting into the pieces. Like, how long has it been since we've cut for Nicki Minaj? Because I remember early days Nicki Minaj when her hair was all kind of crazy colors. Pink, blonde, all the things. When she started like looking more natural, she ended up in very, very not for the girls. One thing that I will say though, if we talk a little bit about the transition Nikki has had. Nikki came out. Y'all remember when Nikki came out? She said she was voting for Mitt Romney. I still maintain I am not a Republican. I have never voted Republican. I do not believe in Republican values. But one thing that I observe about Republicanism is Mitt Romney, G.W. Bush. That is one version of Republican where we can disagree on the merits of an argument. I could see it differently. I think of these things differently. But I don't, not for once did I ever think that that George H.W. Bush or Mitt Romney, had he won, that they would become an authoritarian dictator. Like, I never thought of that. But the Republican Party of today, the shit that Nicki Minaj signed up for is way crazier than the Republicans of yesteryear or situation. I never once thought that, George H.W. Bush to Bill Clinton to GW to President Obama, like, I never thought any of them were going to try to erase me from history. Like, I think we all can at least acknowledge, like, Kanye got all his fame from saying George Bush don't like black people, but during Katrina. But I never once thought that GW was trying to erase slavery from the history books, was trying to normalize being white. Like, this shit that the Republican Party's on now that Nikki has signed up for, even though she herself is an immigrant, is crazy as hell to me. And this is not the kind of Republicans that my mama and my daddy were not in line with. Because my mama, fun fact, my mama used to be a freedom rider. But like, I think shit ain't clean in the milk with the Republicans that we got now. MAGA is not GW. Or, like, John McCain did not win against President Obama, but I didn't think John McCain was going to try to erase black people from the map. I didn't think that Mitt Romney was going to try to erase us from the map. I voted for President Obama because I believe in what President Obama stood for as a politician, but I wasn't afraid of or in fear of the alternative, like I am with this fucking like I am with this current administration and what they stand for. They are trying to erase us. Rolando says, nah, this is a whole different ballpark. And what I don't understand, Nicki Minaj is just another one of them motherfuckers that could have just shut the fuck up. She could have just legitimately just shut the fuck up. I put her right up there with Just Hilarious. You could just shut the fuck up. Nikki is not a politician. We do not look to Nikki for political guidance. We do not look to Nikki for informed dialogue about anything. We look to Nikki for a bop and a beat. You can't tell me you go from Anaconda to a political activist. Them things don't go together. She could have legitimately just shut the fuck up. But Rolando said it best. All she had to do was nothing. Nothing. Go back in that studio and make some more music. That's what she could have did. But yet here we are. I will tell y'all, I'm drinking a rum and coke tonight. And I haven't drank rum in a long periodically time. So I'm liable to say exactly what the fuck is on my mind tonight. Okay. That's enough about Nikki. The next one, Donnie McClurkin. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that we all heard about what was going on with Donnie McClurkin. A little bit of rundown about the man of God. Donnie McClurkin battled with same-sex attraction for a long periodically time. And Donnie McClurkin was on this tour about how he was the original Andrew Chad Caldwell. I'm not gay no more. I don't know if he ever went to I Like Women, but he said, I'm not gay no more. He is not going to act on his same-sex attraction that he previously experienced. Then, fast forward, the girls started speaking out about how Donnie McClurkin used to give the boys his room key when he was at these conventions. Chris Pine said, I don't usually drink neither, but I got some tequila flowing. You and my man would love that. I have never bought so much tequila in my life. And I'm Texan. Like, that's all we drink in Texas is margaritas. But I ain't never bought no tequila like this. And here I am buying Terramana Blanco, not Reposado. But needless to say, Donnie has said many times that he ain't gay no more. But people be coming out the woodwork talking about the gay shit that he done did. He done propositioned the men's and tried to have his way with so and so and whatnot, allegedly. And my question for y'all is, A, do we think, is gay something that can be prayed away? Because that's the bigger question. Is gay something that can be prayed away if it is a desire of your heart? Let me tell y'all a quick story. So Stand, I should Google that. I don't know when it came out, but I grew up Church of Christ. Hear me good. I grew up the Church of Christ. And for those who don't know, the Church of Christ is no instruments. There is no choir. There is no minister of music. There's no nothing. We sing hymns, a cappella, and then we preach. The preacher will preach a little bit and we leave. That is all the Church of Christ does. And so I had this kind of dissonance because I played the piano and then the organ, and then I would go to church where they tell me that instrumental music will send you to hell. It's very weird. But so we were driving to church one Sunday, and I was born in Michigan, so like the Clark sisters were always on rotation on Sunday morning on 92.7 WDZZ. They were always on rotation. So I remember vividly, I don't know why I remember this so clearly, but I was going to church one Sunday when I started to be gay, and everybody got all nervous about it. I'm going to church, but as we're pulling up, Bomb in Gilead, Karen Clark Sheard is ending. Stand is coming on the radio. What would you do when you've done all you can and all the blah, 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 right? So Bomb in Gilead, Karen Clark Sheard, there is a bomb in. I used to think she was saying bomb, B-O-M-B, but not bomb, B-A-L-M, but Bomb in Gilead to Stand. And I guess that's where my mom got this crazy idea that I can be converted. So that day after church, they took me into the minister's office because we don't have pastors, we don't have elders, we don't have none of that. It was the deacon board and the minister. And everybody else is brother or sister such and such. But she took me into the minister's office, Daryl Holt, never forget it. And I'm like 13 years old. Daryl Holt starts seeing that I'm becoming one of the gays. Mind you, the last song in my head that's going is Donnie McClurkin, Stand. Daryl Holt started seeing I was one of the gays, and he said, and he wanted to counsel me through this and he prayed with me and blah, blah, blah. And he quoting Bible scriptures. And I remember this one. He got to the one that says, man shall not lay with man as he does with woman. I think that's Leviticus. I don't know if it's Leviticus or Romans or whichever. And I said, now, mind you, I don't have a word for gay, but I know that I like boys. I know that this boy from school is cute in my head. And I know that I don't have the same affinity for girls. But also, in my case, we're moving out of this city. So I'm like, if we gonna show out, let's just show our full ass. He tells me, man shall not lay with mankind as with womankind. And I looked him square in the face. I'm in high school. Looked him square in the face and I said, you think that I want to do the same thing to boys as I would with girls? I don't want to lay with womankind like I would with man. Sound to me like I'm doing exactly what the Bible say. That's what happened. Sure as shit, he loses a gasket. He sends me out of his office. Ain't no more prayer, ain't no more nothing, because he feel like I'm cussing him out, even though I'm using the scripture against him. Needless to say, I still do not lay with mankind as I do with womankind, because I do everything under the sun with mankind, and womankind could never. but that's just me. Either way, but Donnie McClurkin is one of the girls, allegedly. So here we are. Here we are. Y'all good with that? Donnie McClurkin is one of the girls. Okay. I don't feel like talking about that anymore. Although Matson knows says, "Oh, you woke it up." Sure did. But let me also tell y'all this one thing. The funny thing about, and this has happened 1,000 times in my experience. The funny thing about ministers or preachers or deacons or elders, people that are prominent in the church that take such a strong stance against homosexuality, what they are responding to, in my experience, is either their own homosexual desire, their own same-sex desires, or someone they really care about. I can't tell you how many preachers that have preached against homosexuality got a gay son sitting on the front row. I can't tell you how many elders want to lay hands on folk dealing with their own desires in their heart. I can't tell you how many times I've been looked up and down by ministers of music or men in the tenor section or musicians or all the different things they're trying to overcome whatever they dealing with, and they are projecting it onto me. And because I don't have shame with my gayness, because I clearly got the hat on now, they have an issue with me being proud of the thing that they are insecure about. That's the real tea. That is the reason why all of this happens. They don't like the fact that I am proud of their insecurity. You cannot make this shit up. And so in my head, I'm like, nigga, you sending me to conversion therapy, but it sounds like you need a little conversion of your own. But again, that's just me. All right, teammates. Let me know in the comments, what do y'all want to do with Donnie and Nikki? To me, they have both damaged the lived experience around being black gay people in this country. Donnie, by giving homophobic church queens reason to affirm their homophobia. Nikki, by giving racist reasons to reaffirm their racism, sexism, xenophobia, bigotry, homophobia, all the things she did by sitting on that stage. Let me know in the comments, what should we be doing with Donnie and Nikki? I'm really curious what y'all got to say. If you got an opinion on the topic or a question for me, hit the link in the description or go to livestream.dearblackgaymen.com to join me on the show right after the break. After the break, we're going to be reacting to some content from someone who I hope can remain nameless after this particular show. It's going to be a doozy. We will be right back. Why aren't more of our stories on the big screen? We're talking black gay representation with writer, producer, director, Nathan Hale Williams. Thursday. Am I going crazy? Did you ever plan on becoming my baby? Was it all I gave her? Am I going crazy? For the time you wasted, I should make you pay me. Regret the day you blamed me. Am I going crazy? Did you ever plan on me? Oh, okay. Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. I am Jay the Gentleman. It is time for church announcements. Hit it. Every week, I write about the ups and downs along the journey, my dating journey, on Substack. It's a deep dive into my emotional and sexual trials while I keep my man in 2025. You can join for free by clicking the screen now, or the link is in the description. Now, here's the thing. I got some news. So, for those who have been rocking with me the longest, Dear Black Gay Men, for those who don't know, started as me talking to a camera and a mic. And I would talk about the ups and downs of my dating journey. I don't know if y'all remember way back when, but it was just me and it would 15 minutes of some lesson that I learned. And it started because I got stood up for a date. There was this boy that I really wanted to go out on a date with. We were on Jacked. I invited him to brunch. I was going to pick him up. I got him flowers, a whole nine. And then 15 minutes after I was supposed to be at his house in Buckhead, he was like, "Oh, my car broke down. I can't go." So I came home and sat in front of a mic and voiced my concerns, voiced my grievances, let it go. And that is how Dear Black Gay Men was born. At the end of that episode, I said, "Dear Black Gay Men, don't stand people up for date. You never know how much work they're putting into becoming a part of your life." And so from there, first episode was a lot more widely listened to than I thought it was. But after that, we kind of evolved out of these story times with, lessons that I've either learned in my dating journey or whatnot. We became an interview show for several seasons. Now we go live every day, and I still interview people here on the show, and we talk a lot more about culture. But I wanted to create a space where we can really talk about dating as a process, dating and what we actually go through as in the beginning stages of a relationship, what we actually go through when we're on the apps looking for someone to date. And so I've created this new project that will come out every week on Apple Podcasts. And that was weird. This new project that will come out every week on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and I'm calling it Dear Black Gay Men Love Lessons. So for those who don't know, if you subscribe to Dear Black Gay Men Love Lessons, you'll get a weekly little dose of my dating journey. It could be a lesson that I learned from having gone on dates. It could be something that I'm dealing with in my relationship that now that I am in one. It could also be answering questions from viewers about things that happen just in dating in general. And I'm really, really excited to be bringing this to you here on the show. We will be launching it this coming Wednesday morning. It'll be brand spanking new. The link to Dear Black Gay Men Love Lessons is in the description. It is a totally separate podcast. It is 15 minutes, roughly about 15 minutes. Again, short, bullshit free, telling you what I've gone through, things that I've dealt with, and then we out. You can have a dialogue about it, all the good things. And I have something that we're cooking a little bit about this particular project for singles and couples. So I'm really, really excited about it. And I want y'all to kind of go on this journey with me, because I think that we all have something that we can learn from either people who are in relationships that are doing it well, or something we can learn from people who are single doing it well or not. So I really want to be able to share these with you. Then this coming Thursday, January 15th, we have the private party. Pew, 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 pew. The private party is coming back, and I'm so excited about it. So here's the thing. This one is going to be bigger than ever. I am bringing the cast of one of my favorite podcasts called my favorite web series called Love and Us. They are coming from Los Angeles across the country to be here on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Do you hear me? They're coming across the country to sit in the back room and talk to us. Isn't that exciting? Pew, 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 pew. With a little applause. I'm very, very excited about this. I cannot tell you how exciting this is, because I have been watching Love and Us. It's on YouTube on Slay TV. Slate TV's YouTube channel, but I have coveted these characters. AT, who is the main character, J Penn, who is pictured here in the flyer, and Cody are going to be joining us here in the back room. We are having an event for them on January 15th. The link is in the description. You can get your tickets while supplies last, because the back room we ain't Harpo Studios. This ain't the Oprah show, so it ain't 300 seats. It's only a select number of seats. So make sure that you come, get your seat, have a seat in the back room, pull up. We're going to watch a little exclusive clip from their show, and we're going to have an exclusive meet and greet specifically for DBG and family with the cast of Love and Us this coming Thursday, January 15th. I cannot wait to see y'all. Tickets are on sale now, but they are going fast. I think we're almost sold out, so y'all have to make sure you follow the links to get it. But when I tell you, Love and Us, the full cast is going to be here. I'm going to be like Andy Cohen and the cast of the show, and we're going to have a little reunion. Imagine that. Sometimes I am baffled by the opportunities that come to Dear Black Gay Men, but when I tell you we gonna have a good time, it's gonna be so good. Rolando said congrats. Official one Dwayne, I know who that is. He said, hey friend. Dwayne was supposed to be here tonight. Massive nose applause. Thank y'all so much. Okay, teammates. Now back to our regular scheduled program. Oh God. Look, I know the Dio Whisper videos are all over your feed because they're all over mine. They're funny sometimes, they're messy most of the time. And for the women that he's speaking to, they feel like insider tea. But we have to stop and ask ourselves as Black, gay, and queer men, who is this actually serving? His content is rooted in a specific kind of homophobia that hurts Black men the most. He claims to be helping women or exposing secrets, but here's the truth. He weaponizes our identity because he treats being queer as a gotcha moment or a stain to be uncovered. He fuels hypermasculinity by reinforcing the ideas that if you don't fit a specific straight acting mold, you're a fraud. And then it puts us, Black gay men, in danger by outing people in a world that isn't safe for us, and that isn't accountability. It's violence. When we, the girls, like, share, and laugh at his content, we are complicit in violence against queer people. I cannot overstate that. The people he outs, especially men that are battling the closet, as all of us probably have at some point in our lives, they are Black queer men, even while they in that closet. DL culture exists because of homophobia he's promoting. We don't need whisperers. We need community. We need safety. We need self-love. By responding to, reposting, sharing his content, we are giving a stage to a creator who actively and enthusiastically stands for division between Black queer people and Black women, especially. Your follow, your like, your attention, Dear Black Gay Men, is contributing to our own oppression. Protect your peace. Protect the dolls. Protect the girls and the gays, and unfollow the mess. This is your first reminder of how dope it is to be Black gay men who love Black gay men in 2026. If you want a deeper dive into why this creator's content is really just veiled homophobia and division in Black culture, comment dope, and I'll send you the link. Follow for more dope queer stories. The best way to support what we do here on Dear Black Gay Men is to become a YouTube member. Members get access to exclusive conversations, the members only chat, behind the scenes content, and you can chop it up with me right here on the show. And a portion of your memberships will be donated to an area nonprofit providing HIV prevention and care in Black gay culture. I am excited because tomorrow, Tuesday, I got an announcement about that. Just hit the join button below this episode or send a super chat of any amount. For all the latest updates, follow me everywhere on socials at JAI The Gentleman. That concludes our church announcements. Please govern thyself accordingly. We will be right back. What up, y'all? I need your help. There's this new feature on YouTube that can help us grow as a channel. It's called Hype. It's free. I've seen it work on small channels just like ours, but it only works if we all do it. Antonio Speaks is a channel that I follow. He started at 20K subscribers when I hit the subscribe button, and I've seen him get 1,000 new subs in a day. Hundreds of thousands of new viewers. On YouTube, right next to the like and share, there's this new button called Hype. The more a video gets hyped, the higher it will rank on YouTube. The higher we rank, the more people get to see our content, the faster Dear Black Gay Men continues to grow. Like this video right now. When you see Dear Black Gay Men content on YouTube, even if you've watched it already or attended the live, like the video, drop a comment, and click the hype button. I appreciate y'all more than I can express. Let's get to 20. Gym so I could do two things. It's one, thirst trap on the internet, and look good for my man when I find one. And that's why I'm excited that support for Dear Black Gay Men comes from Twillery. Black men, whether you're in the gym, like me, or blessed with good genetics, like me, carry our weight in a couple key spots that can make suits and slacks hard to fit and uncomfortable to wear without either having to size up or break the bank in tailoring. But Twillery answers the fit problem with their performance fabrics. It's the right fit for the tailored look and just enough stretch for comfort and breathability. I'm wearing right now the solid performance polo that hugs my chest and arms while tapering just enough at the waist to show off the good parts. Twillery carries suiting, polos, button-ups, and everything to impress at the job or knock someone's socks off on a date. And you can shop for the perfect fit right now at Twillery.com, and we've got a special offer for the DBGM family. Take $18 off your first order by using code M300J. That's Twillery.com, and we thank them for supporting our channel. What up, though? Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. I am Jay the Gentleman. If you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss when we go live every day at 9 p.m. Also, hit the like button on this video to help more listeners find the podcast. Division in Black culture is how we keep Black people under oppressive systems. This whole show, is devoted to exposing how that oppression comes up. Nikki sides with xenophobes and white nationalists. Donnie McClurkin gives steam to homophobes in the church. Now we have to talk about the DL Whisperer. As much as I dread it, because I just did a whole thing about him in the last segment. I want to hear everyone's take. While I will be limiting the amount of his actual content that we'll be playing on this show, I do not want to give platform to his level of hatred, but I do want to react to some commentators and hear what the DBGM family has to say about the impact the DL Whisperer has had on our culture. Before we dive in, the fact that we all know who this man is and what he stands for should be commended. If he were doing anything for anybody else, I guarantee you he would get flowers. But my frustration is if he really wanted to dismantle DL, number one, would his content would have gained as much traction as it has? And two, would he be a household name if he really stood for the empowerment and betterment of Black people, queer, straight, cis, trans, or otherwise? I don't know that he would be like me. No. I don't. Let me say that. That's not what I meant to say. Like me, for instance, I know that I am on the long game when it comes to Dear Black Gay Men. I love the DBGN family, but we don't grow as fast because I'm not contributing to controversy. I'm not out here calling people out for being queer or gay or talking about mess and bullshit. And so that means that our pace is just a lot slower because it's not salacious, it's not sensational. But again, he has grown significantly faster than us, and I think it's because he's so much discord. I just wonder what it would look like if he were doing the opposite, if he were contributing to something positive. But we shall see. Okay, let's see what this first
Every day there's some new bullshit. What the fuck is the DL Whisper?
Sidebar. I love the fact that Black people can find the light. Like, I don't know that white people glow like this man is glowing just by sitting in his car with the window open or facing the sun. Black people finding the light, it will always light me up deep in my spirit. But let's keep going.
The fuck? You know, I didn't even know shit like this was a real thing until I seen this. Yo, cue my music. So me and my homie is talking about some of the biggest CIA schemes that they put in the Black community to have us ruined. I come off the hip first. 20v1s, nigga. Anybody who participates.
Does anybody know what 20v1s is? Oh, there's comments coming in. Hold on. My bad. Troy B says, are we canceling Tyler P too? I do not patronize Tyler Perry, but I respect him. And let me tell you why. His personal life is a shit show. Let me be clear about that. I do not know enough about this man's personal life to have the things that I do know about his personal life, I don't tremendously care for. What I do appreciate though is the man's got a Virgo's work ethic. He said he's for those who don't know, just in television, a sitcom hits like the big coup de grace when it gets to 100 episodes. 100 episodes of any sitcom, that's when you can go into syndication. That's just a standard. And so Tyler Perry said very early on, well, I'll just film 100 episodes. And so instead of waiting for syndication by somebody else, I'll just do it myself. That's why he built his studio. That's how he's made The Browns and I couldn't tell you any other show that he's ever done. But that's how he made all those shows work, is he made 100 episodes. And that's why TBS and then BET and all those shows are damn near Tyler Perry reruns all the time. So I appreciate his business ethic. I appreciate how he owns himself and his output. I don't know that his personal life is of any interest to me. But Tyler Perry has been caught up in a whole bunch of allegations as well. So he's a closet queen. But I think Tyler Perry is a good example of shut the fuck up. Get back in that director's chair, put that wig on, Medea it, and blah, blah, blah. Like, do what we love. And then next thing you know, we forgot about it. But, Alex Piper said, I would even wager to think that he probably hates the gay community. Tyler Perry? Are we talking about Tyler Perry? Probably hates the gay community? I will hope not, because, I mean, allegedly, he's one of the girls. Panther said he in a drama. His lips are something serious and sexy, though. Are you talking about Tyler Perry or this man? Full disclosure, I do not know who this man is, but okay. Let's keep going.
Participating in that shit as a robot. He come off the hip and say FBA. That shit got the whole black community fucked up. I don't even know what that is. I had to go look it up. I come back and say Sexy Red. But when we got to the top 2, this is where it kind of got weird at. After I said that, he said the DL Whisperer is the biggest CIA scheme of 2025. I said the DL what?
Yes, it is. The DL Whisperer is intending to only sow discord among black people. There is no other reason why the DL Whisperer is a thing aside from sowing discord among black people. The DL Whisperer is intending to separate black women from black queer people. And those are the two driving factors of any change in our culture. Most of the freedom riders, most of the people that did sit-ins, most of the people, all of those were led by black women. The BLM, Black Lives Matter, led by black women and queer people. And if you can separate those two groups of people, then you can create you can minimize progress. If you separate black gay men and black cis women, I guarantee you will figure out a way to stop progress. And if, for instance, the DL Whisperer continues to grow, his content continues to take hold, and more people continue to see us as others and not as culture and community, I guarantee you we will end up going backwards. I wouldn't call it a scheme by the CIA, as this particular creator said, but every single time you have there is any level of momentum in black culture toward progress, guarantee you women are holding it up and somebody queer is in the front seat. And it's not just the March on Washington. March on Washington was coordinated by Bayard Rustin, gay man, and was attended primarily by black women who went back to their communities, raised their children, talked to their husbands, got the people doing, were getting the picket signs and making the sack lunches. Black women held up the civil rights movement. And a queer man was at the head of it, even though Dr. Martin Luther King was the face of it. So if you can separate black queer men and black cis women, I guarantee you will stop black progress. Panther asked Jay, do you think it's because of the DL Whisperer how black women confront and be rude to gay men? I don't know if it's because of him, but I do think that he contributes to it. His whole platform is sowing discord between people who love men. Because the unfortunate truth is the common thread in all of this is the fact that we all love men. Give y'all a story. I'm going to give y'all a story real quick before we go to the next reel. When I moved to Atlanta, this is the first time me, my mother, and my sister have lived in the same time zone, let alone the same state, city, or area. I was in Texas. My mom and my sister were in, Michigan at one point, Georgia, Kentucky, a whole bunch of other places. But this was the first time that we lived in the same time zone, let alone in the same city. And my family had known me as a little 16-year-old boy when I was in high school, because I graduated very early. When we all are reconnected here in Atlanta, in the Atlanta metro area, it took some time for them to understand who I was as an adult, just like it took time for me to understand who they were. They've always been adults to me, but I needed to figure out how to connect with my sister and my mom as an adult man. But one thing that I hit them with that they absolutely did not even process is we were all single. My mom is divorced. My sister was single at the time. I was single at the time. And they would all get together and have girl talk about, what men think and all the things. And they didn't know I am also interested in men. And they knew it. They knew I was gay, but they ain't processed it that way. And I had to tell them, as much as y'all know about men, I am the only person in most of y'all's lives that is a man and also loves men. I know what it's like to be the you in a situation, loving a man, and I know what it's like to be the other half of it as well. And so, if anything, I know better than any of y'all how this thing should work. I know how to talk to a man. I know how to communicate with a man. I know how to get a man to move and do and be and all the things, while y'all are over here quibbling about minute details that have nothing to do with anything. I promise you, I can probably fix a lot of y'all problems if y'all just listen and take my advice. It took them about 2 weeks, but at the end of it, my cousin, my sister, my mom, their brains all just lit up and like, he's right. Because none of them will ever have the experience of being a man, but they love men. And I got the inside tea. Like, I can give you the cliff notes to all of this, but I can't tell you how. But it took a while for them to figure it out. But when they did, we've bonded on a whole new level. But again, what I know for sure is if you want to stop Black progress, separate queer people and cis women. And next thing you know, we'll end up going backwards. We'll end up all looking like Nicki Minaj. All right, let's go to the next one.
There is nothing wrong with a straight man and a gay man.
Let me pause right there. This will be the only little piece that we hear from this man. I cannot stand his voice. I can't stand his face. I can't stand that filter he has on his all videos. I can't stand that closet he's sitting in front of. I can't stand these bathroom lights he got. Because in my head, he probably sitting in front of, y'all ever been in one of them apartments that got like a sink and a sink and a vanity outside the bathroom? And it's got like those bulb lights over it. That is what he is sitting in front of to me. Like, and that is what I picture it as. And he's probably sitting in front of his closet that's got a washer and dryer behind him with some ring light and some vanity lighting and whatnot. No shade to his living situation, but I guarantee you he ain't in no palatial estate. He ain't in Buckhead. He ain't in Highland Park in Dallas. He ain't in whatever city he ain't in the nice part. But again, this is the rum talking, so charge it all to my spirit. Let's keep going.
Non-binary person hanging out and being friends. There's nothing wrong with that.
The backstory here for everybody in the chat is Keith Lee. Not B Cryptic said a kitchenette. Not a kitchenette. Like one of them little stoves that got 2 burners. And like a little mini fridge. Let me quit. But so Keith Lee is on vacation. Keith Lee, prominent food creator. He very rarely critiques food, but he puts a whole lot of restaurants on. Keith Lee does some good work. But Keith Lee is on vacation with his family. He went to Hawaii and he met up with Bretman Rock. Keith Lee's got millions of followers. Bretman Rock has probably 5 times that. And Bretman Rock got like 13 million followers on just Instagram. And so Bretman Rock and his family, Filipino and Is he American Samoan? I know he's got Filipino roots, but Bretman Rock family created a whole bunch of dishes, and Keith Lee and him were going to taste them. Bretman is non-binary. Keith Lee is straight. And this is the commentary that the D.O. Whisperer offered it. And this is a creator responding to the D.O. Whisperer's content. Let's keep going.
What is the problem? If it's nothing wrong with a gay man and a straight man hanging out, why make this video? This is your second video about Keith Lee. And believe it or not, even though you didn't speak too much, silence speaks volumes. You're insinuating, whether you want to believe it or not, or whether you're trying to be slick, that Keith Lee is down low. Okay.
Seeing the same thing that I see. They're all touchy-feely. Yes, I see it.
I'm not going to lie to you. What I see, a man is comfortable in his skin. What I see is a man doing his job. What I see is a man that went over to a beautiful country and he's tasting somebody home cooked.
Rolando says Bretman Rock is full Filipino and fine as hell. Bretman Rock is fine, and he got an amazing head of hair. And I say that because Bretman Rock is non-binary. They do hair content. So Bretman Rock got an amazing head of hair. But let me say this about DL and his commentary. The one thing that I can't stand is people who assume that being straight means a level of insecurity around queer people. I'm going to be very mindful of my words here. My brother, my biological brother, he and I have the same last name, same parents. He is probably the man I admire the most in my life. And it's not because he feels the need to prove anything. It's actually quite the contrary. He doesn't feel the need to prove anything to me ever. He's my younger brother. He's taller than me. He's bigger than me, but he's my younger brother. I can be myself around him, his wife, his kids. I'm my full self. I went trick-or-treating in this hat with my niece. He is not threatened by anything that, my friends might say or do. He is not threatened by anything. And in my experience, the straightest men that I know are that. Do you, my nigga? And they are not threatened. It's not, don't bring that shit to me. It's not, don't treat me no kind of way. It's just, they are not threatened by anything. They are who they are. And what it feels as if the D.O. Whisperer's content is trying to do is sow discord between straight people and gay people, as if in order to affirm straightness, you have to be anti-gay. And that is just a pathway for destruction, my nigga. There is no way, no possible way that being anti something makes you more of anything. Like, being anti-black does not make you more white. Being anti-gay does not make you straighter. Being anti-women does not make me more of a man. And the unfortunate truth is I feel bad for the people that follow him, because they are sucking at the teat of oppression. They are sucking at the teat of ignorance. They are sucking at the teat of stupidity, as if he is the Holy Grail, or as if he is, hipping y'all to game. And let me just add this one thing about the D.O. Whisperer in general. And this is my message for any woman that is watching Dear Black Gay Men, because I hear that there's a lot of women that watch us. You do not need to clock anything. You do not ever need to clock anything. If you feel as if your man ain't doing something right, your gut, trusting yourself, is all you need. I do not know a single woman who, with all of her intuition, feels that something is off and was wrong. The only time you go wrong is when you try to prove what you already know to be true. And ironically, this goes for every single person. We all got a little bit of intuition. If you feel like your man cheating on you, odds are he probably is. If you feel like your man is stepping out or doing some low down dirty shit, odds are he probably is. Now, I don't think every offense is something you need to break up over, because who knows what your intuition could be cluing you to. But the fact of the matter is, each of us would do ourselves a service by trusting ourselves more than we trust some commentator on Instagram that got kicked off of TikTok, mind you, than anything else. Intuition, your gut feeling, is your guiding principle. Good and bad. I have gotten myself into and out of some hairy situations by just trusting myself. And what the DL Whisperer does is proof positive that that women don't trust themselves. So they need some man outside of them that does not have their best interests at heart, that does not have their goals in mind, that does not mean for their good, but they would much rather listen to this man on the internet than listen to themselves. And that, my niggas, is the problem. That is the problem. So let's keep going. Because I end up staying there for a whole lot.
So what is the fucking problem? You trying to see something that's not there. Sorry, not sorry.
You don't want me to say.
Hey, say what you want to say. But it's 2026, okay? Stop saying that everybody is gay. Stop making that assumption. Because that's all it is.
Let's be clear. Now, this is where I'll differ from her. When you come to Atlanta, fucking Georgia, everybody a little bit gay. And that's okay. Because sexuality is a spectrum. But everybody is a little bit gay here. You get off the plane, it smells like Fleet and Poppers. But again, that is okay. Everybody expresses everything in variations, but everybody is a little bit gay. So take that however you will. All right, let's listen to this last one.
All right, so I'm going to try to break this down as quick as I can.
The dark truth about the DL Whisperer.
I'm going to tell you who the DL Whisperer really is, because this man, he gets on his platform and he single-handedly try and destroy the gay community, the DL community, which I don't like the DL community. I just want to put that out there. And I think my platform on TikTok have proven to women and, LGBT people alike that I myself have used a lot of my platform to empower and educate women about DL men. But I don't do it in the rhetoric that the DL Whisperer do it. But let me tell you who he is. Let's just call a spade a spade. Most black women do not like gay people, and they do not like trans people.
He said it. Not me. He said it. Most black women do not like trans people, do not like gay people. That is fact. There is no way around it. There is no way through it. There is no way out of it. Most black women do not like gay folks. Most black women are threatened by lesbians. Most black women are threatened by gay men. They feel like for every gay man, there is one less eligible bachelor. I can't help it that we're prettier than y'all. I can't help it that we're prettier than the men that you got eyes for. I can't help it that we treat y'all better than the men you got eyes for. I can't help it that we better than the men that you got eyes for. I can't help that shit. My mama raised me right. I can't help that. I know I got a good skincare routine. I can't help that. I know how to match my clothes. I can't help that. I have a suit in my closet that I can wear that fits me well. I can't help that. I can't help the fact that we are better than the men that y'all looking at. I can't help that. That's not my road to hoe. That's not my cross to bear. But what that does is most women, in my experience, don't actually like gay men. There's a creator, Boy Please Whatever. He said most women don't like men. They just want to be able to call you a punk and then tell you it's a joke. That's what he said. Most women don't like us. They just want to be able to use slurs and then laugh it off like it's a joke at the end. That's what they really want to do. And the fun fact about it is, because again, I'm the host of Dear Black Gay Men, I really don't give a shit about most women either. I want to protect women. I want to affirm women. But do I need to be in friendship with them? No. Do I need to be in close connection with you? No. But just because I don't want you on my row or in my club or at my kickback, just because I don't want your bachelorette party at the strip club that caters to me and my people, doesn't mean that I want your demise. And I think that's where gay people and straight people have it different. Women feel as if they not absolutely cutting for us, they gotta want us to be erased from everywhere. And the irony is that does not ever play out in reverse. There has never been a time where a gay person heckles a woman for being whatever. If anything, we admire women from a distance over there. I can admire you from over there. I can tell you your ass look good in them jeans over there. I don't need you to come over here. I don't need you. But again, that's just me. Rolando says, I wish she would. I fuck her man so quick. One thing, now, again, I'm not going to co-sign on this particular sentiment, but I'm going to co-sign on this particular sentiment. The one thing that I know, like I told you the story about when my mom and my sister and my cousin had to realize that I'm the only person in their friend circle that is a man and is attracted to men, and I probably know a thing or two about men. One thing that I always would tell you that I did not tell them is that nobody does a man better than a man. Nobody. Like, I know how hard it is to be a black man, so I can say the right things. I can do the right things. I can make a man feel good. Because I know the burden of being a black man in America. I know how hard that shit is. I know the soft spots. I know where you want to take a load off. I know when you want to feel cuddled and loved and affirmed. And I know when you want to be the man. I know how to clock that shit because I do it myself. If, for instance, straight women knew what was good for them, they would have a whole lot more gay friends in their circle. And not that dumbass DL whisper. Let me get off of this topic before I get pissed off. I do not even want to finish this commentary about the DL whisper because it's my show and I don't, and we're over time. But I do want to hear your take on this topic. If you want to join me on the show, you can go to livestream.dearblackgaymen.com. If you bought that life, hit the link, and then I will be right back after the break. There should be a break in here. Okay, we'll be right back.
I press play. I'm moving forward in my life.
I press play. I'm choosing my path.
Owning each day. I press play because I got tested for HIV. Now I know my status.
I press play.
I did.
We all should get tested for HIV.
What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman, and I host all the craziness that happens right here in the back room. As far as I know, we are the only queer-led podcast that has its own studio in Atlanta. We party in the back room. We have a Kiki in the back room.
Get that gooch licked on or something. Like, figure it out. Like,
we have a cocktail in the back room.
Oh, that's really good.
That's what she said. And we grow in the back room. Every time y'all are here, every time you're here, you say something that I'm just like, that really happens? If you're in the Atlanta area, you want to join us in the back room, visit dearblackgaymen.com/tickets to see what live shows and events we have coming up right here in the back room. Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Normally I would be commenting on comments, but we ain't posted content in a while, so there aren't many to respond to. But I do want to respond to a couple in the chat. Rolando has a couple that I want to respond to. He says, I wish she would. I fuck her man so quick. But also he said there's this one creator. She's like my age, but she plays this older character on Instagram, and she be saying stuff like she be reading hate comments, And one of her best responses is, yo, daddy like it. And I've manifested that into my life. Yo, daddy like it. Like, let somebody come at me sideways. Yo, daddy like it. I remember somebody tried to tell me I was fat. Yo, daddy like it. He liked this belly. That's the one. Yo, daddy like it. That ain't what your nigga said last. See, let me quit. I'm undermining my own argument. B Cryptic 38 says, agree, love and respect them, but I don't need them near me or in my life either. That is one thing that I've learned. I do believe that I love black people. Let me be clear about that. I love black people. I need black queer men, though. There is no more powerful set of people on this planet than black queer men. People who have had to overcome racism and homophobia. People who have had to figure out who they are in this world. People who have had to define life on their own terms. You put all that together, and the sum total of that is black queer men and black trans people. But so I love black people, but I need black queer people. There ain't no other way to slice it. Ain't no other way to slice it. So here we are. But we are over time, and I wanna appreciate y'all and respect y'all because y'all have rocked with me. And on top of that, you stuck with me while I was late today. So I love y'all so much. Okay, teammates. I think I lost my buttons. Oh, here we go. That was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. I'm talking to I am bringing the cast of Love and Us here Thursday, right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. We're having an exclusive meet and greet, but we will be live tomorrow, Tuesday night. So I want y'all to join me right here on Dear Black Gay Men on YouTube. If you want more exclusive content, you can join us on Substack at dearblackgaymen.substack.com, and links to Dear Black Gay Men Love Lessons, the new podcast that we are launching this week on Wednesday, is going to be out. I appreciate you all more than I can ever express. Happy New Year, and I'm so glad to be back. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all more than I can express, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.